I hate it, you know what I mean? I need a dedicated phone where I can do live sessions, so I need 2 phones. So that way, no interruptions at all. So let me go ahead and get, dang, I hate that, man, because my audience be like, man, what the hell? You know, like really? I mean, but I'm very sorry about that, you know. That's why I got to get 2 phones. So that way I can do, have my phone as personal, and 1 phone as business and YouTube. Yeah, hey, I'm sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. I had to take a call, but I had to stop the whole live session. You know what I mean? So we're back again. Hopefully, y'all can join us again. We're gonna be trying to go ahead and trim this up so we can get this this angle iron in. So that's what I'm doing right now. I gotta get my glasses. Whew! Oh my goodness, Jesus Christ! All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this again. So I can say sorry. I do apologize. I do need a live action camera. All right. So I'm gonna go and grind this off. There, what's going on? Okay, we got more people coming in. Oh, what's up, Maurice? Don't forget the helmet. This Mary. I know, right? What, Kalani? This is actually all the way in. What's up, Kalani? Yeah, so what? Oh man, see that somebody hit you on your e-bike? Hey, I mean accidents, man, that's crazy, man, how accidents happen out of the middle of nowhere, you know what I mean? Oh hey, I don't know, yeah, it's looking good now, man, it's pretty cool. I know, that's crazy, man, that, whoa, let me get that straightened up right quick. My daughter, she is done riding her e-bike. She just parked it in there. Probably gonna need a little, some food. All right, so we almost trimmed out. So I really got cut real deep in there. I see where I'm at now, so. One man show, guys, one man show. Yeah, one man show right here. All in-house. All right. All right, so now what I gotta do is now I got to, oh damn, they still looking for them? Jeez. Yeah, all DIY, man, all in-house right here. We see, hold on, it says, look, Dave, what, you run the chop shop? No, man, this is how I make these tummy bikes, man. So now what I gotta do, the kickstand, I don't like the kickstand on these bikes, man. They so cheap. They really cheap, and I replaced those kickstands with better kickstand because of the fact that, you know, these are fell over. That's my first one I did my tummy bike. I had left that kickstand in place. And one day I put the kickstand down and I gently let the bike came to rest on a kickstand. And then like a few minutes later, it just failed and the whole bike fell over. That was on my first tummy bike build. So now what we're gonna be doing is I gotta split this open a little bit and then we can stick our, what's this? I think this is a 1/4 inch. So it's a 1 inch, 1 inch by 36 inches. So, and 1/16 thickness. So I got to stick this in, okay? Just like that. And I'm gonna show y'all. So I got a cut slit here. And cut slit here. And that's gonna allow me to peel that back a little bit so I can stick this in now. How to mark it up with the battery, that's a different story, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. Let me grab some pliers real quick. All right, so I had to go get some pliers. Let me see what y'all saying now. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Easy E. I definitely agree with you on that. So, or brake pad, I don't know. To be honest, e-bike rider, I use whatever comes on the goddamn bike. I mean, I just use whatever that comes on my kits. So I don't have two kits. I have the DOD and I have those deeps. I have those deeps, and then the DI Islands too. DI Islands are very good. What's up, Juice? Guys, what's going on, man? How that battery coming along? Okay, so I split that up. All right. Yeah. I know one thing though. Those brakes that I have, the brakes that I do have on my bike, man, they work marvelous, man. They I mean the XODs on my son's bike, they work pretty good. Let me show you. They work pretty damn good, but it's the engine brakes. So I mean, I can see if you don't have no engine braking or don't. But I mean, using these on my son's bike with 220s though. These are 220 rotors, and they work pretty damn good though. But he has some hellified regen too on his brakes. Let me put this down right quick. All right, let that. Okay, so let me see here. See, dents and skull, what you saying? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, regen. I love regen cocoa biscuits, man. That's, you know, that is man, saves a ton on brakes. Now see how this is gonna, so I gotta bend it back just a little bit. And what's that gonna do? That's gonna fold in. Let's see here. Now what I usually do, I might have to trim this down, this part right here down. Let me see. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna trim that down right quick. Let me see, let's see. All right. Yeah, pick up all the stuff, sharp materials down there, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, I definitely agree. You need a good, see that, now see how that fits? Now you see how that fits in there? Now, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get the battery. We're gonna get the battery and we're gonna put it on the bike, and then we're gonna measure. We're gonna measure, and then we're gonna tack weld this from here to here. So we're gonna tack weld two sections on both sides. Once we do that, then we're gonna take our hammer, our ballpoint pen hammer, I don't have one, but something like that, and we're gonna bam these in close to this 1-inch tubing right here, so that way we can weld around that, you know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna be doing right now. So I have the battery. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna slide the battery in. Careful. All right, so now we can go from here. So we can go down some more. We actually can take this off, and then we can pretty much can go, let's see here, down, and then, yeah. So we probably can bend this down just like that a little bit. There we go. Now see how that how straight that is? Y'all can't really see it on the phone, but that's really straight. So now we're gonna carefully take the battery off. Now we gotta make it straight from the phone. So it's definitely not straight. Let me go turn my welder on. Okay, so we gotta straighten it on right quick. Okay, now, since we got that straight, what do you say, perpendicular to the seat stay? I don't know how, but it's very straight to the seat stay, just by eyeballing it. So it's right, perfect. So now what we're gonna be doing now is we're gonna be go ahead and tack weld this at the bottom, weld that at the bottom, and that'll be done. All right. See what you got going on. All right, so now we're gonna take our hammer. We're gonna bam this in on both sides. And once we bam that in, see, this is no good. So this stuff right here, it's gonna come off. So we're not gonna be using that no more. But we got it so that way the bike can stand, up to where I can weld it. And then we're gonna put our battery back in, and we're gonna draw a line where we're gonna be cut. So we're gonna cut a little bit, and then we're gonna bend it down. So we're gonna bend it down one time, and it's gonna come right, just like that. Okay, guys? What's up, John? Yeah, man, we just building a little tummy bike, so we gotta clean all this up. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and clean this up, make it even, and then we're gonna continue our welding. So let me clean that up right quick, guys. Oh, Jesus. Okay, put this here. All right, let's go ahead and clean this up. Good. That's what's up. So we did that. So let me see here. Oh, I have a new welder too. I got a new welder. Check it out. Y'all want to check out my welder? Let me see here. So we got that. We got to look at that. Hold on. Let me wipe the camera down for y'all. Look at that. So it's a Tulium, and it is a LT200M Pro. Fantastic welder so far. Yeah, man. Oh man, you gotta call me. We race. Oh, he broke it. Y'all race. Oh man, who won? But yeah, man, this is a absolute powerhouse of welder for the price. I only paid $100. Now, and it's running Hey, look, it's only running on 110. So it's a 220 also. So it's a 220 plug, but it's running on 110. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I appreciate it. And now the one thing that I didn't like about it, so what I had to do, I had to put a lock nut or a jam nut. So if I just use this little wing nut spring in the washer, what's going to happen, this spring actually catches on the washer and it turns the freaking, it actually turns the damn wing nut and it tightens itself up. So I had to put a jam nut, and then now it's you know, but it's a spool gun too. Oh yeah, over there y'all got 240, yeah. But it has stick, it can do stick, it can do TIG. I have all this stuff. I have all this stuff that it came with, man. You can't beat it for 185. I did. Come on, you can't beat me. I figured that. Okay, so I gotta get a hammer. Okay, there it is. Go ahead. So you got a hammer. Now what we're gonna be doing? Yeah, man. So I'm gonna hit this. So I'm gonna hit that in, and then I'm gonna hit this in. I'm gonna hit that in, curve that up, and then we're gonna weld it. Now, I'm gonna do that first. I'm gonna do that right quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and I gotta grab a pen or something. He needs another one. No, I don't have one. No, I don't have another one. You talking motor, right? Yeah, you gotta order that. Probably just order a stator. So probably just need a stator, you know. So I'm gonna hit this in a tad, just like that. And then, so that way we can weld it. And then, okay, now, booyah. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and, oh, I got one of these, $25 on Amazon. It is auto darkening. You know how much I'd have paid this at Whole Freight? Same welder, same type. And this welder has more features than the Chicago Electric welder helmet. For instance, it has the same features, like you can turn all the way down the grind, you know, so that way the auto darken lens will come on. Also, you can test to see if your battery is good. This is working on battery. I think the other one's solar. This one does come with extra lens, okay? This come with extra lens. What else this thing? I forgot. It said it has something else. I like it, and it's comfortable too. So we're gonna say it. So when you pull all it back, it locks in place. So that way you don't, you know, say it doesn't fall down on you. You have to tighten up. But yeah, I had one from Chicago Electric at Harbor Freight. It didn't have that locking feature where you can pull all the way back and lock it. And it did good. I believe that was solar, but it was like 50 bucks. After taxes and everything, it's 50 bucks. This is a Yes welder. I don't know if y'all heard that name on like YouTube. So this is a Yes welder. Oh yeah. Oh my God, the same welder is $400 in Canada. Shoo. Oh shit. Yeah, I paid $185. Out the door on eBay, it was 190. You know, it had to add that tax and stuff on there, but you get a lot of stuff in it. You get a stick welder, you get TIG. The only thing I need now is a spool gun. I have the gas, I have the bottle, but I have to I have to get all this stuff right there. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead, and it comes with a nice MIG gun too. I like it. It's very comfortable. I mean, you can't beat it, man. $189. I mean, the question is, how the hell they make their money off this stuff, man? They selling it so cheap. The only thing I can see is this. It's light as hell, though. It's lighter than my titanium 140 that I had. It gave up on me, so I had to sell that. But this one's good. Oh, oh, sorry about that. Got to put the ground clamp on. It welds pretty good. I like it. Oh. Gotta be careful sometimes too, cause this metal on this bike is very thin. Too much heat, you'll burn right through it, which I just did. But I'm gonna cover it up. Almost done. Okay. So I covered that up. I just got a weld right here. Let me grab my brush right quick. That's one thing I don't like about the flux core. It just leaves a lot of splatter. So it leaves a lot of splatter. It does weld good. I can tell you that though. For flux core, it welds really good. Let me show y'all. So let me show y'all right quick. So can y'all see that? Welds pretty good for flux core. So I got to fill in some blanks right there. Okay, so fill in some blanks right quick. Okay. Okay, let's do this one right quick. Oh yeah, that's a big gap, that's why. Okay. I'm gonna fill that in right quick. Okay, I'm almost done, guys. Gotta fill in so many blanks right quick. Almost. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm done with that for right now. Sorry about that. Took a little bit longer on that side than it did on the I'll let that cool off for a little bit. So I just take my time a little bit, you know, making these time bikes for people. You know, these bikes are going at very high speeds, you know. A lot of people, you know, when I see those big motors like the QS205 and the 273, they only, you know, on the step bumpers and stuff, when I'm actually taking these motors that belong with something heavier and I'm putting on a lightweight frame. So want to make these frames last as long as possible and to make sure the welds are good. So that way, you know, we don't want no incidents, you know, happening. But, you know, like the QS273, you know what I mean? Those things, I mean, I'm making those motors on my bike going upwards of, you know, 100 miles an hour. You know, that's pretty much unheard of on that motor, you know, but the biggest motors, the bigger motors like, you know, 12 kilowatts, the 32 kilowatt motors, you know what I mean? That QS273 is a 400 watt motor, but that comes to a question like, how in the hell, you got to think like this. Yeah, 80 kilowatts. Yeah, so on mode 3, I'm putting upwards of that much into that QS273. But 9 times out of 10, it's like 20, 25, maybe 42,000 watts on a good day. If I feel fancy, I hit those speeds right there. But I'm usually cruising around 10,000 watts, 15,000 watts, you know what I mean? Just, you know, just hanging around. But on YouTube, when I'm demonstrating it, you know what I'm saying, then I'll probably up it a little bit. But those motors can handle a lot of power. But still the question is, yeah, the stock Varg is 80 horsepower. And then, you know, if you do the calculations on that controller, it comes out to be at 84 volts. It comes out to be 107 horsepower. But the stock Varg is running down at 400 volts. And they probably running a little as 200 amps. Maybe, I don't know. It probably gives it a little bit more power. But, you know, I'm a peak at 100 volts, 100.8 volts, you know. Which one? You talking about this tube, John? I'm not good. I'm not good at, you need an 8,000. Yeah. You need that motor. Okay, Fred. Yeah. Hey, listen. The power hungry, man. Those getting this stuff like that, man, it's addictive. You know what I mean? Hey, what's going on? Yeah, man. I'm doing some tummy bike work, but having power like that is very addictive. And I'm like, you know, I'm at its peak right now, man. I got one more thing to do, and I'll be doing. Ryan Morgan, what's going on, man? Man, sure, you know what I mean. I'm up here chilling right now, man. I got to angle this down so it can fit the battery. Now I got to get a marker. So I'm gonna get a marker, and I'm gonna angle it down. I'm gonna cut this. Now, once it go past the seat tube, I'm gonna cut this. Probably gonna cut it here, so that we can have some leeway. You know. Hey, Nick, what's going on? Hey, those 50 PLs, boy. Those 50 PLs ain't playing. Yeah, if he put on an 850 controller, yeah, I mean he can go to a 680 controller on that QS205. But if you go like what you did, it's gonna burn it up. I don't know why. It ain't happening. You know. There ain't no joke, Nick. Well, them things right there. Hey, listen, man. Listen, y'all. I did a video. Hey, I kid y'all not. I'm gonna tell y'all listening. Let me tell y'all something. Yesterday, I went riding. We all went riding. It was me, E-bike woman, and my son, and then there was other ATVs. We had a 700 Raptor, we had a Honda Foreman 500, and we had that 200 Blast over there. He went right. That thing is so loud, but I hope that doesn't deter y'all from the video when I upload it. Anyways, so I did a rolling start. Let me see what we saying. Okay, what? Really? So you telling me? So they telling me they don't have a short cycle. That what you trying to say? Because if that's the case, then man, that's awesome. That is, whoo, because that's one thing I was afraid of. I'm like, dang, What's that? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? So the life cycle is short, right? But oh yeah. So let me tell y'all the story right quick. Let me tell y'all the story. So we had went on Nick. Oh shit! Damn! Boy, y'all need to get those sales, boy. Y'all need to get those 50 PLs, man. Them bitches are insane. I'm gonna have to do. Woo! I'm going to be up the ladies soon. I'm think I'm gonna be going to a 530 on their controller. They got a. That's what's up, Nick. What the hell's beating? What kind of sales are beating them for right now? I mean, 1,800 life cycles. That's crazy. That's insane. But yeah, man. Anyway, so we did a rolling race, the 700 up there and my bike. So I know, right? So I let him go. I kept on winning. I let him go a little bit, and he tapped down the fifth gear, and I just gave it more thought. And I was actually playing with that 700 Raptor. But yeah, man, that is awesome. Those 50 PLs, woo-wee. I gotta get me some more of those. I'm gonna get me some more of those, just to have them around, man. I might sell one of those batteries and build them on those 50 PLs, man. So anyway, so let's go ahead and get this battery. Hold on, guys. So let me go ahead and I gotta find a marker so I can cut. I can mark and cut right quick. Let me go in the house. So that's what I'm doing today. Oh man, that's what. Okay, I got a red one. Let's see if I can do the red one. So I have a red marker. We'll try that. Right. Oh, this is purple. I guess it's close enough. You know what I mean? My throat's itchy and everything. Let me get y'all all squared up right quick. Okay. All right. So now let's go get the battery again. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and test fit the battery again. Okay. Cool beans. Okay, so, oh yeah, boy, that thing looking mighty good. Let me get my mark out. So it looks like I'm gonna have to cut right here. So I'm gonna cut right there, and that's gonna bring it down. We're gonna bring it down, and we're gonna connect it with the original frame. So this is like a 35, like a 40 amp hour battery. Yeah, so it's like a 40 amp hour battery, you know, with the Samsung 30T cells. Not 40, 50, I think 50. And then we'll cut it. Let's see, where's my grinder? Oh yeah. 3 centimeters. I don't know how to, I don't know how to convert centimeters to inches. It's like and I know it's 1 inch by 1. It's 1 by 1. Yeah, I mean, but let's get started, shall we? All right. So I usually don't cut it. The mail's here. Okay, now, here's the tricky part. Now we have to, so we got to cut a slant. Let's see here. Because you have to go down all the way to the, let's see here. All right. Now what's it gonna do? Now we got to bend it. We gotta carefully bend it over, and then it's gonna come to rest about right here. So let's see. It's gonna be hard though. Let me see. There we go. See that? Yeah, I gotta bend it a bit so it can actually fit down. Okay, just gotta straighten out a little bit. It's not straight, so let me go ahead and do that right quick. All right. See how good that's looking. So there's a gap right there. Now, so we got two, we're gonna have two little pieces of like, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So it's gonna be two little pieces like this. Now, yeah, but it's gonna go inside the frame. So it's gonna go inside here, like so. You see what I'm talking about? So once it's going inside here, it's gonna be welded here, and then there two at the same size. But I still gotta get it a little bit on the even side. So I can, let me see. It's almost like this part needs to, there we go. Now, okay, now. All right. Oh, shit. Because all this is going to be braced up. So once I get done, this is going to be braced up down on the C-stay. So what I got to do now is I got to make, so I'm going to make that. All right. Ah, that didn't hold. All right. All right. What's that now? Yeah. So now we're gonna go ahead and okay. Now I gotta turn around and do the other side. Let me see. You say you back, you fell asleep from old age? Oh man. Oh, that's crazy. So yeah, and then I'm gonna fill all that in. So we're gonna take a hammer. We're gonna take a hammer and we're gonna bam that in. And they're gonna do the same side for the other side. Oh damn, 58. It's getting in the 70s now, so it's getting about 70 degrees. Now what we gotta do, we gotta fill that in right quick. So we gotta fill this in. All right, almost done. I'm gonna sit down and do this. All right, guys. Let Let me see what y'all got going on. No, so the reason why we do the spots is because of the heat. So too much heat on this thin metal will cause a blow by. So it'll blow a hole in the metal. So that reason why we're doing spots, so it can cool. So that it'll cool, and then we can add. Yeah. So that's the reason why we're doing a spot, like off and on, so it can weld, and it won't be hot enough there. It's gonna just blow through the weld and everything, and you can be connect. Also, you can fill in holes like that too, you know. Now I gotta do this side. I'll probably do that later. So I gotta do that side there. Once I get done, then I'll go ahead and take my wire brush. We're gonna replace these. We're gonna replace these bearings. I got some roller cage bearings. We're gonna replacing that. And as you can see, so the welds are pretty damn good. I just gotta do this on the other side. Once I get done, because like I say, these frames don't come welded, so I gotta weld that in. And then I gotta take the wire brush, take the wire brush and kind of, make it look nice. So right now, not looking all that nice. And then hopefully we don't have to Dremel. Oh shoot, hold on. Then we have to Dremel make the hole so the seat can go in and all that kind of stuff right there. But yeah, looking like a tummy bike. Looking like a tummy bike. All right. So let me sit down right quick and let everybody know. Most of y'all ain't really on the YouTube thing, you know what I'm saying? Oh man. Woo. All right, so I got to run the UPS and I got to ship out some batteries to a customer up in Mississippi. And oh yeah, I'll probably come back when everybody's back home. I don't know if we're gonna do any e-bike rides today. I'm gonna upload a video tonight. Oh yeah, that Florida heat, man, it's warming up now. It is warming up. I'm trying to tell you, man, it's getting hot. It's getting really hot in here. So the weld is working good. I mean, look at it. Look, hold on, let me turn around. Look at the bike. Look at that. Man, that bike look good. Man, look at that. Look at that. It ain't done yet, but it looks good though. It looks real good. Yeah. Yeah, shoot. Can't get no better than that. Oh yeah, not really, man. We got those big behind cicadas, man. I was more in the grass out there, and one of them came flying around me, man. I had to jump off that bitch. I know they don't bite and nothing like that, but those things are huge, man. Them things are big, man. Big, ugly eyes and all that stuff. Oh man, and you can hear them flapping. Blah 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 blah. I mean, you can hear the wings just flopping in the wind. I'm like, oh hell no. Cicadas. You gotta look that up, John. Cicadas, man. Them things are big. They make a lot of noise in the trees. A lot of noise in the trees, you know what I mean? But some like grasshoppers, no, they bigger than grasshoppers. Yeah, they bigger than grasshoppers. Yes, sir. But anyways, let's see here. I mean, it's pretty the cheapest way I can build. Yeah. Yeah, that's the cheapest way I can actually build this bike. It's not going to have a fork. Still going to retain the crankshaft. I mean, they just want a battery and they want a QS273 on here. I do got to flip it over and make a mount for the far drive controller. But I don't recommend building a bike with that fork unless it's like a 1500 watt, 2000 watt, maybe 3000 watt. I don't trust this fork. I always throw them away when I'm building a tummy bike or something like that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even trust this with my family, but that's how it is. Still gonna have the stock brakes. Still gonna have the 160 rotors. So I'm just gonna have to just build it up, the frame, so they bag the battery. So I know the battery fits. This is a matter, he don't want a battery bag. I asked him, do you want a battery bag? He just said no. So I got to, do what I can to secure it. Yeah, they're like palmetto bugs. Yeah, Brett. Yeah. So, let's see here. I know I got to bam that in right quick, and then I'm going to make I'm gonna try to make this even. If you can see, I'm gonna try to make it even with this over here. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Slide this in here, and then make this even. I'm about to bam it down a little bit. So I'm gonna do that right quick. Hold on. So I'm gonna do it right quick, and then I'm gonna conclude this live session. It's already an hour into it, so I'm gonna be right there, and we're going to go ahead and pop this in right quick. I'm gonna tack weld it. It's too far in. Let's see, right about there, and then probably gonna bend it just a little bit. Okay. So about right there. I'm gonna tack weld it. I'm gonna try to get it to where it's gonna be even. Cause I want it flush. I want it flush with the frame. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get it right there. All right, so, I'm gonna try to see if I can get it even as I can. Right there. All right. There we go. All right. All right. Let me do this last bit right quick. I'm sitting down on this one. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go do this. Let me bam this in right quick. I told you I was gonna do that too. Go ahead and so I get a good weld on this. There we go. All right. Get a good weld on that. All right. Okay. All right, here we go. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Yep. See here. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So that's filled in. Now I got to do this one right quick. And then I think we're done for right now. So what I'm doing, I'm filling in the gaps with the MIG welder, so letting it cool, and then I put it in, let it heat up a little bit, let it cool, and that'll give me enough, coldness, I guess you can say, to fill in these gaps and everything, make it a lot stronger. Almost done. Oh, I'm done. Yeah. So that's what I was doing. I want to weld down here too. Just to All right. Yeah, I wanted to get down there in the bottom of that frame, because like I say, these frames don't come welded. This part right here, ow, damn, funny bone. So this part doesn't come welded, and it connects to the top tube is welded to the seat stay, but this from the dropout, this little like where it says snow bike at, it is not welded. It is actually welded to the top tube itself, and the top tube is welded on the seat stay. So if you cut this off, this is allowed to, to just go wherever it wants to go, you know what I mean? And so I like to just weld these to the seat stay as well, and then have this down tube and everything welded. But anyways, it does look pretty good. And then we're going to take care of our little headset area. We'll do that. Let this cool off a little bit, and then we're gonna all right, let me see what you got going on. I got a lot of stuff to clean up right quick. I do have some interviews. Okay, guys, so let me show you on the other side of the bike what I was talking about. So like I say, this part right here is not directly welded to the seat stay. It is welded to the seat post right here. Yeah, man. Oh man. Oh, listen, getting a flat on one of these. Let me tell you something. Just getting a flat on one of these. That's the reason why I'm going with this type of tire, because for once they're a little bit tough. They're tougher than your average e-bike tire like this one. Okay, and it's prone to wear down. So these prone to wear down way faster than these tires. Now, there's a lot of more companies are making tires like this other than Allscape. At first it was Allscape. Now you have this brand, Ultraverse. So it's got that brand. I think Jacoy, he has Allscape on his. I am gonna put, oh, you see what I did, the battery? I told you. So I'm gonna take the battery out and gonna make it better, but that is the battery. Those are two batteries running parallel. So you can see you got an XT90 here, you got an XT90 there, and they're hooked up to the controller. But this battery was on E-bike mom's bike. So I combined these together to make it 46 amp hours, or maybe 50. I don't know. I know this is 26 amp hours. I don't know how many amp hours that battery is. And now that E-bike mom has her bike. But to get a long lasting tire, you do need to get a thicker tire, because of the fact that these tires will wear down, especially if you're running a high power motor like the QS motors, you know what I mean? This motor on my son's bike lasts a long time. It still even has tread on it. So it still has, now my bike, it's just wearing. It's just showing signs of wear. So I'm gonna have to change that soon. Okay, I'm gonna have to change that soon, and they do sell these tires in 24 inches. So I'm gonna get a 24 inch tire for her bike. And then for Maria's bike, I'm gonna get a 20s for hers. So that way I don't have to worry about changing tires. You gotta understand, I'm doing all this by myself. So I have to do brakes. So I have to make sure all the brakes are working good. I have to make sure the spokes are tightened, make sure they're not loose. This one's gonna need some fluid. So this one's really tapped out. It's bottomed out. So I have to, put some fluid in this today. I have to make sure everything. I have to make sure when the batteries are charged up, check the active balancer, make sure no cells are out of balance. You know what I mean? So they can, but I have to teach them, John. I have to teach them how to do it. It's a lot more than just tell them, oh, do this and do that. It's a lot more involved in that, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit like, you got to know what you're doing. You can't just stick a charger in a plug. They can do that. They can stick a charger in the XT60 plug and let it charge. But it's all about, you got to monitor the active balancer, unless you just got a BMS that does it all yourself. Like far as, Kalani's, I can put on a charger, don't have to worry about it because it has a Bluetooth BMS in it. And still you think the BMS does everything, but you still have to monitor it, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't just sit back and let the BMS do it all, because, some stuff like this prone to fail too, you know what I mean? But that's what I was wanting to let y'all know. Here's a bike I got to work on right here. This is the one example of lack of maintenance. Now, I'm not blaming the kid, but this could have been prevented. Now, me being a person, you know what I mean, like they don't have money to get another motor or wheel or anything like that. I'm sorry. So I had to, if you can see the derailleur or it's gone, you can see that the freewheel, this is seized up. So this is where the freewheel ride on. It is all seized up. It's rusted. You got, got cracks right here. The spokes was really loose. As you can see, they missing some. So, I tighten it up the best way I can, so that way this kid can ride his bike. It's I believe it still works. I don't know, but yeah, it's missing like 7 spokes on this thing. It's missing 7 spokes. Look at that. I got chickens all on. They're all coming in the yard, man, next to neighbor chickens. So I don't know if it's even work. Let me see. It's not coming on. You got to press the M button for it to come on, but it's not coming on. Let me see. Oh, it's off for me. Yeah, it was off. I had turned it on. Let's see here. Let's see. Still not coming on. Is it coming on? Yeah, it's on. I couldn't see it. So it's still on. So, yeah, I know, right? But I mean, they don't have no money, and this kid rides his e-bike to school. It's my son's friends. Oh, it still works. Yeah, got no little chickens over here. Look at that. Got a rooster. Oh yeah, got a rooster right there. You know what I'm saying? All in the car, just all right. Yeah, so it works. I tighten the spokes up. And it's not a good ride, but at least he can ride. At least he'll be able to ride his bike. I mean, the seat was loose. Whoa, what's going on myself? Oh shit. Okay. I guess they got the the pedal assist hooked up still. It wanted to keep going on me. All right, so this is what I did. I did tighten the spokes up. I know, right? So I tighten up the best I can to make the wheel, but this is lack of maintenance, and that's the reason why, I tell the kids, saying you got to check these spokes, man. You starting to make sounds, in the back wheel, you got to check the spokes. The derailleur did this. The derailleur came apart and bent the spokes. So the derailleur came apart and bent all that, you know. So that's what I'm saying, you know. Yeah. So, but I don't know, guys. So, you know, kids like that don't have, I wouldn't say father figure, but, you know, they don't have them persons or person that, you know, that's, how can I say this? I mean, the kid don't have a father. I mean, he does have a father, but the father's not there. So, you know, they have to, I mean, they really don't know. But I told him, I said, all of this could have been prevented if you just brought the bike here. And the first begin with, let me check it out. I mean, I'm the only one in my neighborhood that works on e-bikes, you know, like not work on them, but, you know, I know my way around this e-bike stuff, you know, and, you know, getting into e-bikes, it's not like a bicycle where you can just hang this up on the shelf and ride it the next day. You know, this stuff needs maintenance too. The back wheel is heavy. Yeah, man. So the back wheel is a little bit heavy. You know, a lot of miles on these e-bikes, especially when you live far away. And your e-bikes is your only means of transportation. You got to do like, just like my helicopter. When I get ready to fly my helicopter, I do pre-checks. I make sure the nuts on the rotor is good and tight, because I don't want to be flying this thing and the damn blade comes off, you know what I mean? So I do pre-checks, and I do the same thing in these e-bikes. When we get ready to go riding, you know, I make sure the wheels, the nuts on the back of these hub motors are tight, and I tell them. Yeah, and that's right, John. So I tell them, if you feel anything weird or out of the norm, let me know so I can check it and diagnose it and see what's going on. So that way we don't have accidents. We don't want to, you know, ride and our brakes fail, or ride and the back wheel's coming off, you know what I mean? Or spokes breaking, or wire dangling where you pedaling and they get caught. So I try to prevent all that stuff. That's the reason why every time when you see me or I make a video, you know what I'm saying, our e-bikes are ready to go. There's nothing, you know, too catastrophic, you know what I mean? Like, the only catastrophic thing is, you know, oh shoot, I got a message. I gotta check that out though. But there is version maintenance free, to be honest. You just gotta check them, you know what I mean? You gotta check the nuts, check the wheel, check the tires, make sure the battery is nice and fully charged, because the last thing you need is to hop on your e-bike and ride across town and you're 20%. How you gonna get, you know what I mean? So you make sure that joint charged up anyways. But just wanna let y'all know that I'm gonna go in. I gotta go to the post office right quick, come back, finish that bike up so I can fit the battery in there, fit the QS273 in there. And yeah, you charging yours? Yeah, I ain't charged mine yet. I like to and when my family get ready to go riding, they let me know ahead of time so I can charge them all up. Cause you gotta think, I got 6 e-bikes here. All of them have their own dedicated charger. And, you know, I have to make sure, you know, these bikes are charged. Now, my bike is not really that important because it has a 120 amp hour battery. So I can ride on 50% if I have to. We don't go that far. But anyways, guys, so that is it for live session. And I'm going to go to the post op. But yeah, man, I thank y'all for joining the channel. Oh yeah, step down. I'm thinking about getting a step down converter for my e-bike as well. Yeah, 120 amp hour battery for my bike. But yeah, all right, man. I'll probably do something this afternoon if my daughter wants to ride a bike, and then yeah, man, we just hang out, you know, man, chill out, you know. And I gotta do a review on a bike hauler, so we might do that, you know what I mean. But anyways, guys, yep, I will see y'all later, guys.